What's up, y'all? It's your boy, the Brick Slinger, and guess what? I'm back, and I got something to say. First things first, salutes to the St. Louis Blues, as well as the Toronto Raptors for winning the championship of the sports that they're in. So let's go Blues. All right, let's do this. Uh, I know I'm kind of late on doing this because it's been a while because I've been enjoying all the new things that's been going on thus far this year, 2019, and all that great stuff. God is good all the time, and all the time God is good through the good and the bad, all day, every day. So check this out. A couple of months ago, a rapper by the name of Jonah Lucas did this piece called "The Devil's Work." And basically, throughout the song, he's basically talking to God and asking questions that I strongly believe that whether folks were to believe it or not, ask God. And for some reason, feel like they're not gonna get answers because they questioning God, and many people want to believe that you don't question God and all that good crazy stuff. But we're gonna dig into it a little later. But right now, let's scratch the surface. He was just, Jonah Lucas was basically asking questions like why this person had to die, but yet this person had to live. Why, what I'm saying, why Leah had to die. Why Nipsey Hussle has to die. Tupac, Biggie, MF, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., and Malcolm X. But why Donald Trump has to live. R. Kelly has to live. Uh, so many other people that in question of why they're still living because according to the song or according to Jonah Lucas and many others that believe that these person that died are good people, but yet the people that he's mentioning that are still alive are doing some messed up situation. But at the end of the song, he apologized to God and like, yo, I don't want to put the blame on you. This is the devil's work. So it was obvious that somebody within the Christian community, whether they rap or preach, will have to answer these questions. Turns out the main person that does that is, of course, my dude Bizzle. Apple juice, ladies and gentlemen. But anyway, Bizzle is definitely known in the Christian hip hop community to respond to certain situation and certain topic that needs to be addressed so that there can be a balance per se. Just like he responded to "Same Love" by Macklemore, and when he started his career, his ministry within the CHH community, he got at Jay Z. He's like, "Yo, you got some explaining to do if this is the case." So he did a response to "The Devil's Work" as God, and when I tell you that is literally the dopest response I've ever heard. It wasn't no diss. It was a response. He basically letting Lucas know, hey, you coming to me with a sincere heart, but you're also drunk. You know what I'm saying? He ain't judging the dude, but he's just basically stating the fact, like, hey, you come to my word in this condition, this ain't cool. But I'm not. And well, at the same time, it's like I hear you. I know what you fit and all you feel and all that stuff. But it's time for you to get something that you ain't never gonna probably gonna get because I don't have to. I don't need to explain this to you. But here it is. And so he basically breaks things down like, yo, you're not. You know what? You're not a robot. I made you and made you from dirt. You know what I'm saying? You don't have nothing controlling you. I'm giving you life and all that good stuff. Like I would love for y'all to hear the song for yourself because I'm basically just breaking it down as much as I can, paraphrasing on certain things. Cause it's like the song is so powerful for Bizzle to step to the plate and just respond the way that he did, because I think that anybody could have done it, and I think many have. But big ups to Bizzle for being the first one to step up and say, "Hey, I got I got to respond to this." And it wasn't no diss, but at the same time, it wasn't lacking anything. It wasn't lacking lyricism. It wasn't lacking biblical stuff. It wasn't lacking anything. You know what I'm saying? Because he was just basically saying like, "Yo, I'm the potter, you the clay. Now the clay got something to say." And then when he gets deep to the point where he's like, "Yo, I created Earth. It's y'all that making it worse." You know what I'm saying? You want to talk about checking me when I'm the checklist of what's right and what's wrong. You know what I'm saying? I am right. What wrong is whatever you left with. You know what I'm saying? I am life. Without me, that's what depth is. And then when it gets to the point like, yo, you the one that worshiping clay, worshiping, you put folks in idols who are clay to me. I created them just as much as I created you, but yet you the one that putting these people in position of what's good and certain people evil. You know what I'm saying? Then he get to the part where he said, "Look, what if the people that you call good really wasn't that good? Or matter of fact, let's say that they are good, and I do take them to heaven. Is there any place just better than that? You consider hell being earth being hell, what hell on earth? Well, I'm taking them to heaven if they're that good. What's your complaint? What's wrong with that?" And then you want to complain about why this person lived and why this person died. There's somebody who feel the same way about you. Come on. And then he gets to the point where he said, if you're talking about why the good die young when there's no one that's good, not one. And anybody that was good, it was my son Jesus. So if anybody died young, it was my son who was good. But the crazy thing about that situation is not only did he die, but he rose and he's still living to this day. So he broke down, he got the into Jonah Lucas joint. Like, yo, this is for real, for real. Like, you wanted this. Now I'm giving you exactly what you asking for. Now can you handle it? Can you handle it? That's all is being said throughout the song. Like, if you can't handle it, then trust me. Either let it go or trust me. That's all you have to do. Either let things be or trust me that through it all, I got what's best for you. And that's what it got to the part on the end. Was like, yo, you got a son and you don't expect him to question your move. Just know that he trusts you on your move. Trust you on this decision that you make. That's how I want you to be with me. Come on, man. Now I know there's a few Christians, whether within the Christian hip hop community or just in the church period or Christian period, that felt like Bizzle shouldn't have responded like that. Not respond period, but respond like that. Many have called him corny. Uh, they may dislike his method and stuff, but here's my thing: any particular Christian that's gonna look at this video, I ask you this question. I'm gonna ask you this question: have you ever been in a position to answer questions the way uh, Lucas asked? Have you ever been in a position where you had to answer a question like, why do this person die, but yet this person live? Have you ever been in a position where you had to answer a question like, why would God allow certain things to be this way? And if the answer is you never did, then I don't expect you to understand any of this stuff. I don't, like, I respect you if you disagree with what Bizzle what Bizzle did. You may even disagree with what I say, but respect me enough and respect him enough to know that God's work is still in hand, even in a time like this where everything is going crazy and going live wire, hard wire everywhere, from states allowing abortion to go worse than what it is, to states that are not allowing abortion, that bans abortion. You know what I'm saying? The war between righteousness and wickedness is still going in hand, and right now it's going right according to what the scriptures say. If anything, I recommend y'all check out the book of Ecclesiastes so you can understand why the patterns of this world is being set the way that they are. Go ahead and just check it out. Matter of fact, just pause this and go check it out and read it for yourself. Start from chapter 1 and go all the way down. All right. So check this out. Um, Many people will never understand why God allows things to be what it is. You can go to church every Sunday if you want to, go to Bible study if all you want to, choir rehearsal, men's meeting, ministry meeting, women's ministry meeting, this ministry meeting, that ministry meeting, go to this revival, go to that revival, this conference, that conference, this seminar, that seminar. But it's still, at the end of the day, no matter how much smart you are on theology, we still don't know how God gets down or why God allows things to be what it is. But the truth of the matter is this: as long as there's sin, as long as there's sin on this, as long as there's sin on this earth, there's nothing else to do. I won't say there's nothing that God can't do, but at the same time, it's like, as long as men want things to be the way that they want things to be, God got nothing to do but like respect that. But at the same time, hear me out. At the same time, you got to deal with the consequences. I got to deal with the consequences. We all have to deal with the consequences once we accept sin over Jesus, or we accept our flesh desires over God. We got to accept the consequences. God don't have to. God gave you a choice: good, evil, blessing, curse. But He's always been a God that said, choose good, choose blessing, choose what's holy, choose righteousness. Be ye holy, for I am holy. Choose that. And there's only a few of us left that's still saying, as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. And there's those who used to be that way, don't even want to go through that anymore. And yet the book of Jude says stuff like that. The first, all three letters of John said that. Matter of fact, go through the whole New Testament. Boom. And you'll see that these days like this was literally said was going to happen. The things of back then is happening right now, and many people just don't seem to understand or don't care. And if that's the case, cool. But once again, I hope you're ready for the consequences. I hope you're ready for the consequences. Otherwise, you're just doing too much without realizing that you're doing too much. So salute to Bizzle, man, and many other Christian rappers that responded to this joint. Cause I feel like if it wasn't Bizzle that was gonna get attacked by Christians, it was gonna be somebody within the Christian hip hop community that's gonna step up and say, "Hey, I'm here to respond to this. This is not a diss, but this is a response." And it's kind of amazing that, as dope as that song, that response is, it's not even hitting a million yet. There's so many reaction to the response, and everybody that's responding to the response, they reacting to the response of Devil's Work by Bizzle, they all seem to just be like, "Oh my, hold up, Bizzle going hard. He's going hard. What's going on? Why is it?" Sometimes it is amaze me that even though it don't have a million views, but there's so many people reacting to this song, and they love it. They love it. It's like the song is answering the questions not only that Jonah is asking, but those that's reacting to it. They the one that's like feel like there's answers to their question, because they can't there's not a person on this earth, Christian or not, that never asked the question why this person had to live, have to die, but yet this person had to live. Even me. So my thing is this, man. If if you may not like this man, or like way you may not like the way Bizzle responded to it, but at the same time, I feel like if anybody responded to it in the Christian hip hop community, in the Christian hip hop community, they were gonna get attacked regardless by Christians, or should I say so-called Christian? Because let's face it, there's still some tares in the kingdom. There's no whole wheats in the kingdom. There's some tares in the kingdom, and they the one that probably making more noise against Bizzle, but yet still claiming the name of Jesus. They may not like this man, what this man did, but they stand by what he said. They just don't like how he did it. And you know what? I don't care. I do not care if they don't like it. I don't care. Because as far as I'm concerned, they should be supporting that brother and say, hey, we may not like what they like how you did it, but we support you on answering those questions. Because now you give us a chance to answer those questions when it comes to our homeboys who are not saved, or to our homeboys who don't go to church, our homegirls who don't, what I'm saying, think holiness is more attractive than ratchetness. Where righteousness is not as attractive as righteousness. You know what I'm saying? But I think there are some Christians that probably was like, man, this is whack, man. This ain't cool, man. I bet you those are the one. Those are the one who still straddling the fence, have one foot on the kingdom and the other feet on the world, and they the one that we should be more concerned of, whether we like it or not. Shoot, ain't nobody really like what I do, but not everybody's going to respond. Not everybody's going to respond. And you know what? That's cool. I don't. I'm not saying I'm ready. I don't want nobody to respond, because that'd be some bull. But at the same time, I don't want nobody coming to me with that disrespect, because if you respect me as a man, come to me as a man. And then when you speak your piece, my turn. My turn. So regardless of how folks feel about what Bizzle did, let it be known, Bizzle gave Lucas not only the work, but he gave him the gospel. And when it's all said and done, you may not like it, but truth be told, know that God is still doing work, not just with Bizzle, but within the Christian hip hop community. So all you churches need to stop holding back, and let the real ones, the real ones that really love Jesus, that really want that gospel out, and that really want to put it out in good music. You better let them do their thing, because it's not just the youth that wants it. It's everybody that even like rap that wants it. But for real, when it's all said and done, man, the gospel still needs to be told, no matter what. The gospel still needs to be told. So it's your boy P Lie, aka the Brick Slinger, and continue to support the kingdom, man. Support the kingdom. Support the kingdom. Not just go out and just buy Men Under Construction, but buy every Christian rapper that's out there that is doing the work. And you know me, got Man Under Constructions on iTunes and so many others. You know what I'm saying? Support Bird Mode, support Show Me Christ, as much as you support Reach Records, Clear Sight Music, and God Over Money. Support real gospel music, as far as I'm concerned. Real gospel music, none of that fake stuff. All right, so again, it's your boy P Lie, aka the Brick Slinger, and as always, support the kingdom. Continue to sharpen one another. Y'all take care and God bless. Laborers.